that you want to be the change, be the change that you want to see in this world. I have come to you as a friend, as one who understands something to a quote change it all without your hands, be the change, be the change that you want to see. Be the change, be the change that you want to see. This world.
All right, welcome everybody. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited that we are all together here on International Day of Peace. So I am your host. This is Love and Light Unite, and this is all about, oh God, we have the most amazing lineup, you guys, of interviews with people who are living their purpose and helping carry on the legacy of the amazing leaders in consciousness for our planet. We'll be discussing with Wayne Dyer's beautiful daughter. Also, we'll be talking about all the different ways that you can be the change. We'll be talking about how you can be the hero in your own life. And we'll be talking about different playful action steps and showing you how you can make a difference in your corner of the world. So really excited, so happy everybody's here. Thank you so much for being here. I just want to, I'm so honored and grateful to have the amazing Skye Dyer here, Dr. Wayne Dyer's daughter. And she is going to be sharing with us just a little bit about how she is being the change and how she's feeling about this International Day of Peace and what it feels like to carry on this legacy that is being really placed in all of our laps. We're really, if you're paying attention, you're noticing more and more consciousness is expanding and growing. And the more we focus on the beautiful things in this world, the more they expand. So Skye is a beautiful singer, and she found her passion at a really young age. She was only 4 years old when she asked her parents for singing lessons, and they said yes, and she started her training right away. She's been trained in classical, jazz, soul, Broadway, and she says she loves it all. Music has always been a refuge for her, and she says that she hopes that music can touch someone for even a moment, as the other artists have done for her. She's also saying that she spent the last 12 years touring with her dad, performing at all of his events, and his passing has really changed her life. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and then we're going to also find out ways that we can connect with her. So I'm going to start our Periscope here so that we can have our live audience. How are you, Skye?
I'm great. How are you, Karen? Hi, everyone.
Really good, really good. I'm so happy that you could be here with us today. And
thank you for having me.
Celebrate the International Day of Peace. We all feel that we're being guided here, right? We feel that there's something beautiful and divine happening just everywhere right now. And if we pay attention, we are going to be able to really see how we can be the change, right? How we can continue this beautiful legacy. So I'd love to just hear a little bit about your journey and, of course, what it was like for you to start singing at such a young age, and to be able to really live your purpose the way that you did, the way that you have.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's always been such a gift to kind of, like you said, I learned, what my passion was at a very young age, and I had parents and family that were just so loving in the sense of, not pushing me but letting me figure it out on my own, and if I really wanted to pursue it, then they were behind me, but there was never any pressure. And it kind of just guided me, basically through my childhood and growing up, and there was always something that excited me, and I was always looking forward to, the next performance, the next big, thing that would happen, and also just staying very present in the sense that I was getting to pursue something that I really loved, and how lucky that is. Most of my friends weren't, when we just, grew up a little bit and everyone decided to go to school or, get a job, that type of thing after high school. They always said, you're so lucky because you know exactly what you want to do. And I actually went to school for music and pursued that even more. And then one day my dad said, do you want to come on the road with me? So I decided to. I mean, who says no to one of your parents? And it was a way for me to see the world. And not only that, just to learn so much more by listening to him speak and listening to so many wonderful people speak. And I basically got the education of a lifetime by, with my singing, by performing, but also just by learning more and more, how to just, be a better me and really grow as a human being in many ways. So it's been pretty amazing journey so far.
That's awesome. Can you bring the phone a little closer to you just so that we can hear you a little better?
Yeah, is it too quiet? It's right next to my mouth, so I'm wondering if we're having a bad connection. Is it okay?
No, it's better now.
Okay, perfect.
It's much better now. So
okay, good.
That is so beautiful, and what a blessing to be able to live your life with so much purpose like that. To be able to live the way that you're, feel that you were the way that you feel that was what you were born to do and what you came here to share, and your soul must be just so happy about that.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think the one thing I heard in all the years of traveling with my father was so many people would come up to me and say, because of your father's work or like-minded people, I was able to, whether it be quit my job, go on to do something they loved, but they always told it with so much enthusiasm, and they just seemed so excited to finally figure out what it was that they were meant to do. And it's not always that you find it at a young age. Some people, take Louise Hay, for example. I mean, she started Hay House, later on in life. So it's never really a question of, it's never too late for anyone is what I'm, saying. It's really just finding that and figuring it out, and then, just really, really loving your life.
That's so awesome. We have people starting to come into the room now, okay. And we are getting ready to. We have been here interviewing Skye Dyer, and want to make sure you guys can type into the chat, please, that you can hear everything. Okay, just type into the chat. Yes, we hear you. Please type in.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, please type in where you're watching from. I'm Karen Palmer. I am the Mindful Media Mom. Yay! You can hear. Yay! Hey, Stacey. So glad you're here. So we're talking about International Day of Peace, and Wisconsin, Texas. Awesome. This is so fun. So I wanted to ask a question because I'm just really interested about this, because you did get to tour with your dad, and you did spend a lot of time learning different, beautiful wisdom, ancient wisdom.
Yeah.
That's what I teach, ancient wisdom for modern times. And so I'd love to ask you this. A very powerful leader. Yes, we all love Wayne. We all love Wayne Dyer. I love Wayne Dyer. We love him, and we're carrying on his message, and his beautiful daughter is here to continue his beautiful message. So we're so honored and grateful. Thank you, Skye, so much for this.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you about St. Francis.
Okay.
So St. Francis, I know, has been a big part of your dad's life.
Yeah.
How do you feel about St. Francis and the using yourself as an instrument of peace? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I really truly believe in his words and his life. I think that's why, both of my parents felt so strongly about him. We always have choices, and, I think my dad always used to say, when you have the choice to be right or be kind, you always choose to be kind. And that's, kind of what St. Francis was saying, that we are instruments of peace. And we can choose to be, and it's always a thought process. There's always a moment where you can choose to go a certain way. And I think I really, really understand what he's saying by choosing to live your life in a way of being of love, of being of peace, and really connecting with that, and how much your life changes when you live from that place. And I think there's no wonder why he was called a saint, because he really, really got it right. It's the way I think we all should strive to be as human beings, as spiritual beings. And I think, like I said, it's the only way we're going to have peace in this world is if all of us start to live from that place. And it only takes a few, to kind of get that going. And that's why I think this is amazing what you're doing. And it's what my dad spent his whole life really, 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 teaching, is that everyone can understand that they are a being of peace and someone that can really bring change. And that's by, starting with themselves.
Absolutely. That's the whole point of this show, is to be the change, and also to see how, we can have inner peace for world peace.
Yeah, exactly.
So how has music been an inspiration for you?
Well, for me, it's not even just my singing. The way I feel when I sing is amazing. It takes me to another place, but even listening to other people's music, I think there's something about when someone really opens themselves up and you really, really connect with that. It can be one day a certain song, gives you that feeling, one day another song, but it really, really just changes your outlook. And for me, just connecting with my authentic self and sharing that with everyone. And I think that's why, some people, you feel so strongly about certain artists and certain types of music, and why, I think there's also, there are types of music that really uplift you, and there are also types of music that might not. But I think, it's definitely making you feel something, and music has always done that for me. It really has made me feel. And I think that's kind of what we're all, searching for, is to really feel something.
Yeah, I really feel that way, too, about music. I'm a singer and songwriter, too, and I do a
wonderful.
lot of ancient wisdom, Kundalini yoga I've been doing
cool.
Yeah, I teach children. I teach meditation to children, and so I have a nonprofit organization. That's how this all got started for me. I have a nonprofit organization. I designed a board game for children about how to save the earth, and so I teach in the schools environmental education, animal advocacy, kindness, compassion, and this is what this is all about. Is I've learned how to use social media for a greater good, and now we're finding ways to use hashtags for awakening. So
well, it's the new way of the world.
The new way of the world, exactly. Yeah. And the fun part, is that we're carrying on these legacies of Maharishi and Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. We're carrying this energy with us and into the new technology, into the new age, into the golden age. Thanks for sharing, you guys. Please share this out on Twitter, and please let your followers know that we're live right now and you can hear Skye. And if you have questions, you can type them into the chat for me on Periscope. And we will be live all day long. You can go over to globalpeace.earth and you can check out the full schedule all day long. I'm going to be here interviewing and focusing on all the good stuff happening in the world. So how about that? I mean, honestly, wouldn't you love to see Only Love is Real trending? Wouldn't you love to see, inner peace for world peace trending? Wouldn't you love to see, global peace trending? This is what the goal of this intention that we've placed out here I did that with global kindness. I was able to start a global kindness revolution last year. And like I said, your dad has been, a part of everything that I've done through the last 25 years. I was actually, thanks so much for inviting followers. How are you, Nicole from New Zealand? Welcome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's our friend Nicole. She's wonderful. She's here from New Zealand. She's calling in. So, I was actually reading your dad's book. You'll see it when you believe it.
Yeah.
When I was homeless, living out of my car. So, I was dreaming about and visualizing and putting into play what I was learning in that book. It was funny because my limiting beliefs at that time was I thought the world was just a horrible place, and I'm a survivor of domestic abuse, and so I started to just see the world in a way that everybody was just unkind, and that was the hello. I'm so glad you're here, Nicole. So, and I've been dreaming about interviewing you, Skye. So many of my followers are saying, Karen, yay, you got Skye. That's so cool. I've been visualizing this opportunity, and I started receiving messages from your dad when he left his physical body. And I had already been, connecting with him while he was on here physically, but I never met him. But I wrote about him in all of my books. I shared about, my journey and how, I learned through forgiveness how to be able to really live life to the fullest. And it actually did. It was the seed that started Global Kindness going viral and Global Kindness Revolution because, I started to visualize seeing the world as a friendly place. And I started reading what he said, and I started noticing that the more I focused on people being kind, the kinder people were to me. And, strangers were bringing me food, and strangers were helping me with my dog and, offering to let me come and take a shower and, be, and really, now that I am, 22 years happily married, and I've been having I have a beautiful daughter, and I've been able to break the cycle. I'm a 20-year-old daughter who's living her dream life. And my vision and my dream is for every child on the planet. And that's what this is all about, Skye. So
that's wonderful. It's funny. My dad, one of his famous quotes was, "Loving people live in a loving world. Hostile people live in a hostile world. Same world." So it's funny that you said that. That's the way you changed your thoughts of the world.
Absolutely. And the way, and then now I work to be a voice for the voiceless. And so this is what I'm talking about, how we can be the change. I mean, I'm just a mom who wanted to make the world a little kinder, a little friendlier, a little more, help to see if there was ways that I could do that in my corner of the world. And it expanded global. It went crazy. It was beautiful. It's been an amazing journey. So, I'd love to hear from you. What would you say has been some of your most memorable experiences?
In life in general?
And as a child, in teenage years, or in your 20s, just what do you feel is one of the most memorable experiences that you could share with everybody about how you're being who you are, and how you're such an example and such an inspiration to so many. That must feel so good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's funny. I think I realized that my family was a little different when I was probably in middle school. I remember thinking that, I would go over to friends' houses and their parents didn't have, seances happening, and they weren't making kombucha tea in the back room and just talking about things that, most kids aren't really spoken to about at a young age. I mean, from the time I was a little girl, my parents always told me, like you said, you create everything you believe. And, I was given the same tools that my dad teaches everyone else from a very young age. And I realized, I think, in middle school that we were different, but I realized in my 20s that I was so fortunate. I mean, it really, really clicked in that how lucky I was to have these two people as parents that were just so loving and so full of wisdom, and how special that was, because I've heard so many stories about the way people grow up, and it was never, you know, a safe environment, never a loving environment, and it really hit me that, you know, what my dad did as a profession was changing people's lives, and I didn't realize that, you know, when I was younger, I didn't realize that that was something so special. And when I hit my 20s, I thought, wow, this is amazing what one person can do for so many other people. And I realized then that I was going to live my life the same exact way and just help out and be kind and live as an example always. And so I think that was probably the most memorable moment, was just realizing how fortunate I was and how you really can be the change, and how I was always going to live my life that way and just live from a place of gratefulness, and also spread, you know, that love and that just inner knowing to other people, and make that my mission, whether it be through singing or just, you know, small practices on a daily basis. And yeah, I think that was probably the most memorable.
That is so awesome. You know, God, what a blessing, right? You know.
Yeah, I know.
And you get to think about, you know, your childhood and how you can, you know, make such a difference in so many other children's lives now. Yeah. Just by just being who you are, you inspire everyone around you. So thank you so much for that.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, you too. You're doing wonderful work always.
Thank you so much. We're all, you know, we're all in this together, and I always say to everybody who's watching, you are part of the jigsaw puzzle. Your piece is just as important as everyone else's. And your dream, hey Larkin, yeah, so your dream was placed in you. You are the steward of your dream. If that vision has been placed in you, it's placed there for you to accomplish it. And there's nobody who can accomplish it the way that you can. And because nobody's been through your experiences. So even if you think other people have done, you know, like, oh, I've heard that story before, it doesn't matter, because it really is important for you to share your gift and your message. And every one of us makes a difference.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I've heard that a lot. You know, people have self-doubt and think, well, this person's already doing this, but there's room for all of us. And like you said, every single person makes a difference. So you can't have that attitude. There's always room for some more positivity, or room for anything that you choose to do.
So, yeah, thank you so much, Skye. We're going to run out of time, so I wanted to have that opportunity to play that beautiful song that you talked about.
Sure, of course, yeah.
For us, and we'll just close with that. And Skye, bless you. Thank you, God.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Namaste. Okay. We're so happy that you could be a part of our community, and let's make this a regular thing, okay? Let's get together more often, so that we can talk about ways that we can be part of the solution. The more we speak about the solution, the more we'll come to that conclusion, right?
Yes, exactly. Okay, so do you want me to play it? This song is called This Gift, and here it is.
Listening to the beautiful Skye Dyer song, The Gift.
What about the people that work probably good? No.
Thank you so much, Skye. Yeah. Wow, that was such perfect timing. Of course, it wouldn't be. How could it not be divine timing, right?
Oh, thank you so much.
Wow, thank you. You are such a gift, and he is such a gift to all of us, and we're just so honored and grateful for you to share him with us the way that you did
so
with
much.
your whole life, and what a blessing to have you still here, in the physical. I'm looking forward to ways that we can collaborate and really continue your dad's message.
Oh, thank you so much. I look forward to that as well.
All right. Thanks, you guys, so much. And if you are on the live stream or you are on the page for Instant Teleseminar, you can make a donation to our beautiful Global Peace Initiative just by clicking on that link. We have the World Parliament on Spirituality that is coming to Utah, and you can get tickets for $75 for the 3-day event. So please share that link. Please share it out. You can go to globalkindnesstv.org/peace, and you can make a donation. If you have $1, if you have $2, if you have whatever's in your heart, if you want to help us to spread peace, to raise the levels of peace and joy and kindness and love, we would love for you to collaborate with us. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate all of you.